I wasn't really happy with the way that these ring tuck rows felt, let alone looked. From the very beginning, I did feel like I wasn't really able to get into proper back alignment. My upper back was slightly rounded out, my head was forward, and as the reps went by, it only started tilting the rest of the body with it. So by the end, I was barely raising my butt from the floor. I could really see that the back was all rounded out. Which is a shame because this variation I think is very forgiving in terms of technique. It allows to reset each repetition and start afresh. But the thing is that I probably had something at the back of my head that I had to get to the same amount of reps as the previous time, and maybe I did not really feel as strong as the previous time because this was a session at the end of the day where I was also doing some swimming, so I may have been a little fatigued from in comparison to the previous time. So I guess that I'm a little guilty of ego lifting in a sense, or at least a slight lack of humbleness in not realizing that if I'm not feeling as strong as the previous time, it's not necessarily a bad thing. What's important is just getting the right job in, and if that means a few less repetitions while still keeping them at as high a quality as possible, then so be it, no big deal. But in another way, I think that I did realize that this was not going to be a banging session, and I was doing a little less work. So the sets that I recorded were basically what I've done. So I did 2 sets, supersets of tuck rows onto push-ups, and I was getting to very high repetitions in push-ups after the tuck rows. And that may have also been part of the problem. I'm seeing this in 2 different ways. The first is that I wasn't really able to get a good intensity out of the tuck rows, and so I focused a lot on the push-ups. Conversely, I might also see this in the sense that because I was focusing so much on the push-ups to be as good as possible because my tuck rows were not really that great, I kind of sacrificed the intensity of the harder exercise in favor of something that is slightly easier, but I knew that I could get in for higher repetitions at as good a quality as I was able to. And that may be like a hidden weakness of these supersets here, where the second exercise sometimes may dictate indirectly, of course, what the intensity of the first exercise should be. It's something that I should be really paying attention to when I'm doing supersets because I'm doing a lot of them and I need to keep this at the back of my head. Ciao.
Brava.